Hello everyone, this class looks at the parts of a sentence. What is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete idea. I feel fantastic. This is an example of a complete idea being expressed in a sentence. These sentences, however, do not express complete ideas. She gave me. What did she give me? We'll build the house. Who will build the house? Nikki watching a movie. When? Now? In the past? In the future? So what are the different parts of a sentence? The main parts of a sentence are the subject, predicate, object, clause, phrase, and modifier. Once you know the parts of a sentence and how to combine them, you can form logical sentences that will be well understood by others. So first, the subject. The subject of a sentence is simply what or whom the sentence is about. Angie walked down the street. Angie is the subject because the sentence is about her. The subject is always a noun or a noun phrase. These are a few different types of subjects. Simple subject. Karen is a thin girl. A full subject. John's poem about his mother made the class cry. A compound subject. Paul and Peter joined the soccer team together. The predicate is the part of the sentence that makes a statement about the subject. The main part of the predicate is the verb. Take the previous example. Angie walked down the street. In this sentence, walked is the predicate because it is the verb that tells us what Angie was doing. A sentence can have just a subject and a predicate. For example, you could just say, Angie walked, and you have a complete sentence. The subject can be omitted if it is at least implied. For example, be quiet. And here are the different types of predicates. A simple predicate, Harry ate his apple. A full predicate, the mouse slowly ran towards the food. And a compound predicate, she both laughed and cried at the film. Now for the object. A direct object receives the action of the verb. In other words, it is directly affected by it. He broke the window. An indirect object is the receiver of the direct object, and it usually comes just before it. He gave his mother flowers. A clause is usually some sort of additional information to the sentence. We could say, they like ice cream. However, we could also say, they like ice cream on hot days. They like ice cream can stand by itself, but on hot days, add something extra to the sentence. Therefore, on hot days is a clause. There are two different types of clauses. On hot days is an example of a dependent clause because it could not stand by itself as a sentence. Paul washed the dishes, but he didn't want to. He didn't want to could be a sentence by itself, an independent clause. However, here it is connected to the larger sentence. A phrase is sort of like a dependent clause. It is a group of words that cannot stand alone as a sentence, but it can be used to add something to a sentence. There are a few different types of phrases. A noun phrase acts as a noun. The hungry cat is a noun phrase. An adjective phrase modifies a noun. The child playing hopscotch was happy. An adverb phrase begins with a preposition and acts as an adverb. On a hot day from an earlier sentence is an example of an adverb phrase. A prepositional phrase is made up of a preposition, its objects, and its modifiers. The house on the corner was old. As you've seen so far, there are many different types of ways to add additional information to a sentence. All of these examples are known under the general category of modifiers. An example of a modifier is an adjective or adverb. Okay, so now let's try and use what we've learned to make some complete sentences. Use the pictures for inspiration to make short but complete sentences.